I'm probably one of the best people on YouTube to tell you about the Monster Hunter Stories Remaster. And no, it's not because I think I'm better than any other creators, nor am I insanely good at the game. The reason as to why I'm putting my opinion on such a pedestal is because I was the guy who said that I would never get into Monster Hunter Stories. At all. And now it's one of my favorite turn-based games out there. Yeah, I know. Listen, just give me the red nose and the clown shoes, okay? I deserve it. The Monster Hunter Stories Remaster comes out in less than 1 week, and I am hyped. Before we go on, I would like to say a tremendous thank you to the guys over at Capcom for getting me an early access copy of the game so that I could bring you this video. Looking at you, Jonno. You're a legend. As I was saying, I was the guy who said that I would never like this game. And now I'm here to tell you not to make the same mistake as me. Come on guys, let's be real. Wilds is still very far away, and that means that it's the perfect time for you to get into the story series. Let's start with the basics. What even is Monster Hunter Stories? It's a Monster Hunter spin-off series consisting of 2 different games. Stories flips the usual man versus beast script upside down, because although you're still fighting monsters, you're doing so in a very different way. You play as a rider, one who forms bonds with monsters so that you can fight alongside them in a turn-based RPG. Personally, I'm not a huge turn-based game kind of guy. I only ever liked one other series like this called Xenoblade Chronicles. Just like your average Monster Hunter game, Stories has a very captivating, unique, and incredibly fun gameplay loop. Your goal is still the same as usual. You fight the big bad and then you turn him into a hat so that you can fight the bigger bad. But the way you go about it is very different compared to your traditional hunt. Now this brings me on to our next topic. The gameplay. In Stories, you engage in these turn-based battles that are actually pretty simple at first. It's basically a rock, paper, scissors game. You can attack your opponents with either power, speed, or technical attacks. And it's pretty simple. Power beats technical, technical beats speed, and speed beats power. See? Easy. A cool detail about this system is that depending on your Monster Hunter knowledge, you might find the right options from the get-go. For example, if you're fighting an Argakuga, a monster that is known for being fast and agile, you'll find that they will likely hit you with speed attacks. In that instance, you would use a technical attack so that you can counter them. Easy, right? Monsters can actually change up their patterns to mix you up. Some of their patterns are easier to identify than others, because they can change depending on a variety of different things. Maybe they will use specific moves followed by other moves, or maybe they change their attack type when they're enraged. You don't know. You're gonna have to see. And at times, you'll also have to take elemental damage into consideration. I mean, fighting a fire monster with another fire monster doesn't sound as effective as if you were to use a water monster perhaps. But don't worry, because the first 2 areas you go into in this game are basically tutorial areas that will teach you everything you need to know at a very nice pace that genuinely feels rewarding. Basically, it's Pokemon. But it's way better because it's Monster Hunter. Now, with Monster Hunter Stories being a remaster, one of the main selling points here were the updated visuals. I think the game looks very nice. This is a remaster for a game that's about 8 years old, so it's not like it's going to blow your mind. But the art style is very cute and lovely looking, and you can really tell that the team put a lot of effort into polishing it up. Literally everything is better. The textures, the lighting, proper shadowing, better animations, it's really got it all going on. Seeing this much effort being pumped into a remaster of an old game just really hypes me up for a potential remaster of something like Monster Hunter Tri or For You. Please release those games as a remaster, I'll give you all my money. Among all the improvements and additions that this remaster has in comparison to the original title, is the character voicing. I started playing Stories with the second title, Wings of Ruin, and the characters in that game are very interesting. And the narrative for some of these characters actually starts within the first title. While I was playing Wings of Ruin, I had this lingering curiosity about the background of all these characters that kept popping up, but now I'm actually getting to play the original title and it's got some great voice acting to go with it. Overall, it really makes the experience significantly better, so a great job to all the voice actors in there because you guys really nailed it. Now let's get into the technicalities of things and let's talk about performance, because I'm sure a lot of people want to know how the game performs. For reference, I've been running this on my PC and the game has played wonderfully. I did run into a few stutters here and there during combat, which wasn't the best thing in the world, but it was barely noticeable, and besides that, there really wasn't anything that I could point out. The loading speeds are 100 times faster, the game runs incredibly smooth, just wish we could have ironed out those odd stutters here and there. Also, with the game releasing on the Switch, PlayStation, and PC, you're always bound to run into a little bump here and there. Now, some people might be saying that I'm overhyping this next segment because we have this really cool feature called the Museum mode. Here you can explore the behind the scenes content for this game, and honestly, this is a really nice addition. I wish more games out there did this because I find so much enjoyment in taking a break from the gameplay to look at all these beautiful art concepts. You can even listen to the soundtracks of the game in there, which I'm sure will please a lot of you guys. It's just nice to have access to the more artistic elements that go into making a good game. Listen, I once told myself that the story series was just not for me. I thought it couldn't hold a candle to the traditional hunting gameplay that we see in other titles that I hold so very dear. But it was so nice to be wrong about it all. Monster Hunter Stories is a series that has a lot to offer. And while yes, the second title, Wings of Ruin, is an overall improvement, I believe the remaster is the best place to start. You'll be able to experience a more simplified version of the game, you'll explore brand new areas and meet some great characters that are exclusive to the first game. This in turn will make the sequel a lot more understandable and enjoyable, and I honestly envy the opportunity that you have here, my friends. And if you're not sure, just remember that some of these games actually have free trials, so there really is no excuse to not try it. And with Wild so close yet so far, there is plenty of time to have fun with the Monster Hunter Stories series. I wish I could say more about this game, but I don't want to risk spoiling any of you. Once the game has been officially released later this week, I will be streaming a full playthrough of the game here on the channel, and yes, it will be accompanied by the same short style video series that I did for the second title, Wings of Ruin. I hope you guys are going to hop on this journey with me because it will be awesome to chat with you about this wonderful game. But for now, that's all I got for you. Again, huge thanks to Capcom and Jonno for providing me with this game early. Stay safe, and until we meet again.